Welcome to Expat American. I am the Expat American. What Russian city are we in? I'm here with Mrs. Expat American, her half Russian, half American son, our two little ones. It looks to me Ottoman inspired, or is it European inspired? Let's find out. Now here goes Alex. Good deal, and he's all right. Well, maybe I should do the same thing then. I found a little cover from the snow here made of plants. I never watch TV, but since I'm on vacation, we've turned it on. And here's just a quick example of what Russian commercials are like. Are they like commercials in your part of the world? When we decided to come to Kazan, we contacted our church location here and asked them about coming to service. And they told us, that's great, but we're only about 4 people. We meet in a flat. We don't have room for 2 families. And Sveta said, we rented a big flat.
It looks like it's Tatarian food. So what is it, Anya?
This is треугольники, which is pastry in the form of triangle.
What is
form.
inside? Is it?
It's meat and potatoes.
Meat and potato. I think
Yes.
it's something what we had in the restaurant before.
Yeah. Also, there is gubadya.
Is this gubadya?
Yeah, it's kind of sweet and meat and cottage cheese. Fried cottage cheese, so it's traditional and it's interesting. Well, Tatar food in general, there are a lot of pastry in it, so and it's rather heavy, thick, because it's cold here. Even now it's minus 20.
Yeah.
So in order to like protect yourself and
Right,
feel
keep
warm,
yourself
yes.
warm. What about these guys?
This is dessert. It's chak-chak.
Oh, that's the most famous.
Yes,
food in
it's
Qatar.
pastry, fried pastry, and covered with fried honey.
Wow.
Yeah.
Here's another part of Russia that to me looks like 1950s America. Interesna. So Alex, what have you learned since we've been vacationing here in Kazan?
So here in Kazan, there's actually like a tank school that opened here in the late 19th century, and in the 1920s they were actually cooperating with Germany, so there were German soldiers here as well, and the Russians, the Germans, I guess shortly after World War I, so 1920s, and before World War II, they were learning how to drive tanks together, which is a pretty cool fact.
Very interesting. So after World War I, before World War II, Russia and Germany were so friendly, their soldiers were here being trained together how to operate tanks.
Yes.
That is amazing how quickly history changes. Changes so fast that most people don't even know this fact. We've come to a little overlook of the city center, the historic street. You can see the church tower there, the bell tower, and there's a statue of someone important right next to us. Found a little park courtyard here. Snow is just falling magically around us here. It probably sends the locals running inside, but for us tourists, it's beautiful. We have a little park area that Christoph and Maxime are playing in with some other kids in the snow. Two important guys right there. I'll have to look them up later. There's an Orthodox church, and Maxime is behind me somewhere. Feels great. Probably only for a moment though. And Christoph's over there with those kids. So here we are. There he goes. Hiding from the snow in our little plant gazebo thing. There's one on the other side for people to run to. Oh no, it's a jail for Christoph. If he doesn't listen to me. Tell us about that place, Sveta.
So in general, Tatarstan is a very unique place because it has a combination of a lot of mosques and Orthodox churches.
All right, I got the camera. It's been given to me. I'm gonna throw a snowball at Joe so I can flip the camera. And I can't.
I have accidentally brought us to a snowy cliff's edge, but it's a good spot to take a look. In the distance, you might be able to see that weird shaped building that is made to look like a giant wok, I guess an American would think of, or a cauldron where you make food, and that's what Kazan means. What the city is named after is a cauldron or a wok or a boiler. And we're going to go inside that museum right now. We're not going inside, it's closed, Sveta said. Aha! It's not for visitors. Where are we headed next, honey? Christoph found a way down the cliff's edge. He just jumped on his bottom and slid. Christoph has come back for more. Hurrah! Hurrah! Svetlana! Sveta, look at me, watch! Yeah! Woo-hoo! Oh! I'm gonna fall again. Looks like gargoyles on top of the building there. That's where we slid down. So we've come to the front of this building here. It's like a giant tree, and they're calling me for a photo op. Teenagers. We have come to Kazanka River. Kazanka as in Kazan, and right around the corner there it connects with the famous Volga River. So we're on the river embankment. In a second, we'll show you where we are actually standing. We're on the end of a pier covered in snow. The river is frozen solid in ice with snow on top of that. And it just looks magical. This is Ded Moroz. That's their version of Santa, sort of. What?
Here is a Yoko, like this. Man, soldier.
Toy soldier.
Soldier. The other broke. I see.
He's a little bit broken.
Yeah.
Where is Santa's sleigh?
Here.
Or Ded Moroz's sleigh?
There is bags.
Oh wow! You can pick it up and take it home.
No.
Get one that has boy toys in it.
No.
It says Merry Little Christmas in English. English, the inescapable language for the whole world, apparently. A bunch of mailboxes there, because you know, kids got to make a lot of requests for what they want. And you can see underneath the pier that we were on, so there's the pylons going into the water, frozen. Looks like there's a slide ride there, a bunch of huts and different attractions for kids. Little lighthouse slide. And I assume this is only open in summer, but it has a Christmas theme, so maybe it is open on the weekends when the weather's not so bad. I hear you coming. It's not working. It's sort of a slide. Too much snow, I guess. We've gone further down the embankment. I'm getting kind of cold. From what I understand, looking at the map, underneath these bridges, that's kind of the demarcation line. It becomes the Volga River over there. And we are underneath these big city bridges. You can see some graffiti over there like you would in any city. And I see no people, not a single person down here. No one's living down here. No one's hanging out here. Look around, Christoph. The Volga Germans that I've been learning about since I lived here. You remember we did the video at Sretsina about Catherine the Great. That she was a German princess that married a Russian king and came here and came to power in Russia. And apparently she did a lot of programs and encouraged Germans to come live in Russia. And they are known as the Volga Germans that were working and living on the Volga River, somewhere on the Volga River. I don't know if it was this part of the Volga River exactly. And I'm starting to piece things together as I live here, so I might get some of this wrong. But I think she's responsible for the German influence, I guess, in Russian society. Those Germans moved out. Some of them went to America. And now it sounds like some of them are starting to come back. And funny enough, I did my DNA test a few years ago, and I am 10% German, and my great-grandparents, Adolf and Clara, immigrated to America through Ellis Island by ship from Russia. So, does that mean that my DNA, my family line, comes through Germany to the Volga River Germans? Was I part of the ancestry of Volga Germans? I don't know. I'll have to investigate further and figure it out. This is Morse, a Russian drink, one for Maxime as well. Olivier salad for Christoph. Green tea for me, that's another Maxime, not you. A Kazan piece of food for me.
Kazan.
Lini for Max, with some jam. We are ready to eat. stuff. Снимай коротко. So this is like the Fortress Canteen, bistro, the economical price. And I noticed as you walk down the main drag in the center of the fortress, the next entrance is 2 nicer sit-down restaurants for someone like my wife. Блины вкусно, Макс?
Нет.
Looks like Maxime knows exactly what he's doing. This video is only one in a series of videos we did in this city of Kazan that you can find in the Kazan playlist on our channel. And if you're thinking, but Joe, you didn't go here or there, I did. It's just in the other video. And this tower that we went inside of, I looked it up, it is 74 meters tall. Going and going and going and going and going and going, and there's the top.
Turn around. Look, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, you know, that's actually the street. So I was just reading the poster I saw, and it said on it that it used to be an Armenian street, and now it's the Peterburgskaya street. So they made it to look like you are in St. Pete right now. So it's just one street, and it was built by I guess some architects from St. Pete. That was said, and they were trying to kind of make the mixture of the St. Pete and Kazan, and you know, to have an atmosphere of the northern capital.
This street runs right into Bauman Street, which we were on a few days ago. And the street
Or perhaps
just
a few
switches.
seconds ago, depending on how I edit the video.
Yes, depending on the editing of the video, it would have been either yesterday for us or like 20 seconds ago for you guys. But the street changes from Browns to the St. Petersburg Street, which was designed by architects from St. Petersburg. And in Kazan, there's also several streets and parts of the city which were designed by Moscow architects. So it's kind of a mix of the two architecture styles here. But the interesting thing is that down the street that we're walking right now, there was a tram system in the late 1800s. They were actually attached to horses. So there's horse-drawn trams on rails, which is quite interesting. It's a little weird for me to hear about, but that's how it was. It was a tram on rails drawn by horses instead of powered by electricity.
Что это?
Это лошадка.
I was just walking down the street and I saw this log cabin, which apparently is a cafe type of restaurant. So very, very cool looking in my opinion. Looks like a fairy tale, and it's just one of many shops that was there upstairs. Looks like they have a downstairs as well. There's lots and lots of people in here eating and having a good time. And yeah, it's just an impressive city. And right here is a big samovar. There's a kids theater I think we're about to go to. And just pretty buildings all around.
This is the local puppet show, and it is so popular. I wasn't able to buy the tickets 5 days ahead of time, so you need to buy tickets like a week ahead of time to get there. So they say it's the most beautiful in Russia children's theater.
There's a windmill next to it, fake windmill, obviously. And what looks like, you know, something like a little fairy tale village right next to it. So even the main attractions have other cute little things around it. I see that is a model of one of the Kazan pastries filled with meat. Ugh. Slippery. Brr, 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 brr. Still Christmas here in February. Максим, иди сюда. Я на мост. English, Russian, and there's no English there. Oh, go. Is Roma playing a harmonica he's not going to buy?
Yes.
Interesting.
No, I thought the same thing.
Максим, что это?
Это дракон.
Дракон, ого! Танцует, танцует! О, да. О, боже. Я хочу. This reminds me of Helen, Georgia, in the United States of America, which is a fake little Russian tourist village, which is really beautiful, in my opinion. And this looks like it to me. Это странно, стул. Где ты, Максимус? Круто.
Макар, вот здесь есть супы вкусные, слышишь? Открывай, смотри. У тебя есть, да, посмотри. Смотри.
We're in a beautiful log cabin restaurant. Alex and I and everyone else for lunch. Look at that. It reminds me of old photographs I would see of the world 100 years ago. Oh, спасибо, сын.
А я могу сказать. Прекрасно. Печка.
I feel the heat. Krzysztof и Максим, осторожно, зинг-зинг. Осторожно. Zing-zing. Zing-zing. Ta-da! On vacation drinking Edelweiss. Have you heard Edelweiss? Have you heard of Edelweiss before? I have, but only in a movie or as a flower. When should we give Christoph his own telephone? That's what I'm thinking right now. Christoph Pervi. Максим, что это?
Картошка фри.
Я думаю, это только картошка.
Это картошка фри.
Если фри, это желтый и маленький, и длинный.
I think it's a beef's bone with some fat inside. They said don't let kids try it because it's not that tasty, but it's tasty with some bread and it's good for adults. It's very interesting. Yeah, I have never seen this before.
So it's actually the spine of an animal with the spinal cord and fluid inside, which is what you eat, which is quite interesting.
Wow.
I'm not sure about
Это морс?
Это морс. Это лепешка.
Лепешка?
Это Максим.
Да?
Это борщ.
Хорошо. Люди, see the camera.
Максим, смотри, ты там на телефончик.
See.
А что ты плачешь, Макс? Максимка.
It's not the Last Supper. See what the spinal fluid tastes like.
У тебя 2 блюда крутые были.
Ты можешь с этой красной штукой.
They were correct. It's not
Бери
that
вот этой
tasty.
ручкой, ты знаешь, этой
pretty
ручкой же
flavorless.
удобнее брать ложку. Ну вот и кушай. Давай тебе поближе подвину.
Is it good for me?
Ну, Ира говорит, что это полезно.
Why eat it then?
Я бы съела.
If it's not tasty and it's not good or bad for you.
It's good for you. It's good for your joints. When you're getting older, it helps your joints.
Oh, then I need to eat it.
Yeah. Вообще, вот в основном еда, которая нам не нравится, она полезная. А то, что очень вкусно, совсем не полезно. Не, ну вот эти все картошки, там же у них тоже есть.
Sveta, what did you get?
So this pike cutlets with some puree made of cauliflower.
Pike cutlets, that would be fish meat patties.
Yeah, the pike fish.
Yes, you are
Specifically
correct.
pike.
Just Americans, some Americans might not know. And you said it's like mashed potatoes,
Poor
but with
Americans,
cauliflower?
cauliflower puree.
Да, я хочу.
Да, я просто почему
Ты
спрашиваю,
добрый
чтобы знать,
сын.
например, если люди
I
будут
used the
спрашивать,
force
что
and
для
got
тебя
it into my
просто
hand.
чтобы они
Что ты делал?
Я подумаю об этом.
Whoa!
Максим не болят?
So I love these old giant wooden structures that I see on occasion all around the world. Just reminds me of the past. It's one of the reasons why I like watching old movies, because I feel like I'm getting in a time machine and literally seeing people living in the past. It's getting dark, as always, in wintertime in Russia. So this little pretend village is lighting up. Oh, go, hooligan. Oh, пожалуйста, осторожно. Hey, how does Russia compare to where you live? How does Kazan compare to your city? Sorry. Is it that different? Is it really different? Leave a comment, let us know what you think. So this is the start of the city walk. We're coming in on a different end. So you got the beautiful street lights, the classic street lights. Again, more English signs and Russian signs, a mixture of both on the street, just like you would get in Moscow. Well, look at that, fellow Anglo-Saxons. London, a business called Pioneer London in Kazan. Let's see what Dom Carnegie, that's House Books, what a bookstore looks like. That looked like a completely normal bookstore to me. And behind me is a sign for a restaurant that says something like "Escape from Prison," which is funny. And that says, love Kazan, like I love Kazan. I love Kazan is what it says. And yeah, I haven't, speaking of escape from prison, I haven't seen anyone here that I would consider a bad guy. No one here that would give me pause. Everyone seems completely normal, nothing but families and couples and kids running around playing. So yeah, in case you're wondering, still no sign of bears in this video series and no sign of bad guys. I don't know what's going on. I thought I was in Russia. I guess my perception of Russia was wrong. Lots of live music everywhere. This is what it looks like at night. The giant church tower. Coffee at the coffee shop. Does this look like your coffee shop? We are off the city walk now. This is just regular streets with cars. What Sveta and I noticed, or Sveta noticed, is the buses here, they look like they're from Moscow, but they're red instead of blue. And across the intersection there is that giant circle. That is the entrance to a shopping mall. Now we are in a grocery store in Kazan. What do you think? Does it look like your grocery store? Oh, looks like there's pretty ladies here buying bread, Russian style, I'm sure.
I just wanted to show you this unusual type of package for sausage.
In case you're wondering what Kazan might look like not in the center, I am not in the center right now. This is the neighborhood where we have rented our flat, so it's nighttime. It's just an average place. And I'm just walking around here for just a second. Still no bears, no bad guys, no scary people, scary places, dirty things. Snow is falling gently and nicely. And another fact I found out about Kazan, Peter the Great, who was one of the Russian rulers, the guy who founded St. Petersburg, named after the guy in the Bible. And St. Petersburg, he founded it and built it in the style of Europe because he loved Europe and he said it was going to be a window to Europe. He actually is responsible for the Caspian Fleet, which would be the Russian Navy for the Caspian Sea. Yes, Caspian is not just a character in the Narnia series, it's an actual place to see. And he had that fleet built here in Kazan, which at one point was largely made of timber. So I guess because it's on the Volga River and because it was made of timber, there must have been some good forests here for harvesting. And I assume it's also closer to the Caspian Sea. So what do you think of Kazan not in the center? How does it compare to your city. What did you think of the city of Kazan? Leave a Kazani? Oh, Izvini. Click like, subscribe. Where's my little son? Ring the bell notification. Click the share button and interrupt my speech. Maxime, you disappeared again. You need to be a better actor. And click the box to see what happens next.
So apparently,
Wait. Am I going to ask you or are you just going to talk?
Go ahead, yeah. Apparently there's a joint tank school here.
Now or
Restarted,
there
yeah.
was?
No, restarted this. I said that wrong. Uh-oh, I gotta get this side.
Why?
Well, I don't have to, but you're holding it with your left hand, so it's...
I want the tower. Here, try the other side. I don't even see the tower. Where is it?
It's way over
Oh,
there.
it's way in the back. Okay, yeah, I guess get over here.
I know one. That's true. I know that for sure.
Have to hold it down for a minute.
Doesn't seem like it. Were you charging the box?
No.
Okay.
Now you're on.